Hi YouTube. Quick question for you. Are you a player that deals with stress and anxiety when playing Marvel Snap? No? Let's take a quick survey, shall we? Has Marvel Snap ever affected your mood? Do you take a deep breath before hitting end turn on an 8-cube game? Maybe does your heart rate increase when queuing up the match you need to increase your rank a tier? Or have you ever felt the need to launch your phone across the room? And if the answer is no, is that because you play on PC like me and would rather put your fists through the monitor? All jokes aside, gang, the more comments I see on Twitch and YouTube and Reddit, I realize just how many people deal with stress and anxiety of D-ranking in this game. And if that is you, stick around, because maybe I'll be able to help you with that a little bit and help you enjoy this game the way it was intended. Because after all, this is a game that is meant to be played for fun. All right? All right. All right, so full disclosure, I am sitting at rank 121 and we are a little more than halfway through the season, but I will not be releasing this video till most likely right before the next season starts, just because I feel like this is kind of an important topic and I would like people to see it as they start their climb for next month, as we are tending to wrap things up a little bit on this season. So, stress and anxiety in Marvel Snap. It's a thing. And you know, I thought at times that like, hey, it's just me. Like, Perry, you are getting super frustrated over a card game. You need to chill a little bit. But the more of my friends that I talk to, and like I said, the comments that I read, I realize that people really do struggle with this. And it's not just this game, but since this is a game that I make content for, I want to cover it here. But this game is frustrating. And the first thing I want to talk about is, why does this game possibly feel a little bit more frustrating than other games I've played in the past? And that is because every game is not weighted the same. If you take Hearthstone, for instance, when you're climbing your last few ranks to legendary, if you win a game, you go up a star. If you lose a game, you go down a star. And that's not the case here. You could be playing 4, 5, 6, 7 games and get all these cubes, and you could undo all that with just one bad game. You could spend 30 minutes making progress and do more damage to yourself in 30 seconds. It's very defeating. And I think that is part of the reason that people, I feel like, tend to be a little bit more frustrated in this game, is because the stakes are always different. Sometimes the stakes are only 1 cube. And it's like, man, I got 1 cube, I got 1 cube, I got 2 cubes, I got 1 cube. And then you lose 8. You know, so it's not just like, oh, I had a bad game. You know, no, one bad game can literally cancel out multiple good games, right? If you're playing at a really high MMR and people are being very safe with their cubes and they're, you know, leaving when you snap, and, you know, you're only getting 1 or 2 cubes here and there, and then you've got a good game going and you've both snapped and you're all in, and you lose to something like a coin flip or some bad RNG, or you miscalculate something, or you hit end turn and then realize you did something wrong, right? And then you lose those 8 cubes. Oh, anybody would be frustrated, right? And so that, I think we just got to kind of get that out there. You know, I'm not going to say don't get frustrated with the game. I'm just trying to throw it out there. Why is it frustrating in the first place? And I think that's why. I think because the stakes are higher in these games. It's not always just win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. It's win 1, win 2, lose 8, lose 8, lose 8. Let me tell you something. When I lose 8 3 times in a row, it is time to walk away. It's time to walk away. So let's talk about the first topic that can maybe relieve a little bit of anxiety and frustration with the game, and that is FOMO. So most people know that FOMO stands for fear of missing out, and say, well, what is FOMO? The best way I can describe it is, you remember the, you know, infomercials, and it's like, hey, order this workout equipment and you'll be the hottest shredded person on the beach. And but wait, order in the next 20 minutes and we'll double your order and you'll be twice as hot. That order in the next 20 minutes, that's the FOMO, right? That's why when offers come out in this game, there's a time limit beside them. because they're trying to get you into spending money or to act a certain way, because if you don't, you're gonna miss out on this opportunity forever, right? Hey, if you want to buy this variant package, you've only got a week, and after a week it's gone and you'll never be able to have it. That's FOMO. And I come from other mobile games, and I do have to say that the FOMO in Marvel Snap is nowhere close to what I have seen in a lot of other games. Now, if this is the only game you've ever played that's a mobile game with microtransactions, you may think differently, but someone that's been around for a little bit, I don't think it's nearly as bad as other games. But so let's talk about the FOMO of Marvel Snap as far as, you know, ranking up. And let's just talk about the last two. You've got 500 gold for reaching rank 90, and you have the infinite card back. So let's address the 500 gold, right? That's your resources, how you buy more credits. This is how you buy certain packages that come into the offer store. 500 gold. If you miss out, if I get 500 gold this month and you don't because you only got to rank 80, we're only talking about a difference of 12 to 12 and a half ranks, which if you're series 3 complete is 1 cash, because it's 12 ranks between each cash. 500 gold is not anything to sweat. It's not anything to worry about. Now let's talk about, and I don't know why, let's talk about the other FOMO, because it did affect me a little bit. You've got the infinite card backs, right? So I really wanted the Venom card back. I started that season, I didn't have a chance in the world of getting that card back, and I'm still kind of like, when I see it, I'm like, man, it must be nice. But I do have this one, right? That was for the Wakanda season. But what I want to talk about, and it's something that Second Dinner did, and I could really applaud him for this, is last season we had the regular season card pass, but then they announced that players that went to Infinite would get a variation of that card back. And I feel like this is the best of both worlds. It really removes the FOMO and feels bad man of the people that don't reach Infinite, you know, kind of like I have when I see the Venom card that I don't have, right? And then I really hope they continue it, because they did the same thing this month with this card back, and then the Infinite players got a variant of that as well. But, you know, I put in my first video of me going to Infinite that I did not ever intend to do it again. I do not like the way I feel climbing, and that is the stress and anxiety and the frustration of having to climb and be super sweaty all the time and, you know, play as carefully as possible. I love this, because listen, you see this? Take a good look at it, right? Now look at this. Don't let some golden talons and some orange sunshine ruin your mood over the month. Look at it. Look at it. All right. It is not a big deal. It is a little something extra for the players that get Infinite. It's better than a title. It makes players feel like, hey, I'm getting a little something for actually getting to Infinite. But if you're not getting to Infinite, don't sweat this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Don't sweat this. And I think that they're going to continue this trend, because I do think it's the best of both worlds. All right. So we've addressed the FOMO. Don't let some golden talons and 1 cash get you all pissy and upset and give you mood swings and everything else that comes with this game from not getting to Infinite. If you have a personal goal of Infinite, by all means chase it, but don't be chasing Infinite over this. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache or the time. Like I said, if you get the personal goal to do it, I'm all about it. But if it's because you think you're missing out, you are not missing out on some different color talons or a different color hourglass. All right. All right. And so lastly, let's talk about this thing right here. Yeah, over there. This rank. This thing that gets people frustrated and upset and affects their moods. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. After the first season that I went to Infinite, I did not reach infinite the following season. In fact, I got from about rank 70 to 85 in about a day or two, and then never got any higher for a month. For a month, I didn't get any higher. And I'm the same player back then that I am today. I understand the game, right? I may have a few more cards now than I did back then, but I understand the game, right? I understand the cards that are being played against me. That was back when, you know, Leech and Leader were running rampant. And because I could not reach infinite again, I felt like really like less of a person, less of a player, that maybe I wasn't as good as I thought I was, you know, and I let that rank affect my mentality of what I thought about myself, especially as far as the game. When I was like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to make content. I'm not that good. People shouldn't listen to me. And then the following season, I hit rank, you know, infinite like that. And then this past month, I hit it in the first day, right? This rank doesn't mean anything. This rank has a lot to do with how much time you have to play Marvel Snap. Just because you're sitting at rank 50 doesn't mean you're not good enough to be infinite. It just may mean you got real things to worry about besides a mobile card game, right? And the other thing too is, guess what? You guess what my reward is for getting to infinite on the first day and being super sweaty and playing, you know, try hard every match. Guess what my reward is? My reward is that I get to play non-humans. I get to play bots a majority of the time. Well, that's no fun, right? I'm just playing robots. I'm kicking robots' butt. And all these people that you see that rank 500, 600, 200, we're all doing the same thing. We're just beating up on robots, right? That's our reward. So don't think because you see someone at rank 500 that they're like, oh my God. This rank does not mean anything. It doesn't. And people get so frustrated and bent out of shape about this rank. Now, I will say, I feel like there's a little bit more pressure on content creators, because if you're going to help someone reach infinite, it feels like they probably should be infinite. And so that's something that's going to be hard for me moving forward, because I've said that because of the way the MMR is a mess right now, and I'm only playing robots and only playing decks that are super sweaty, and I'm not enjoying the game anymore, that I probably won't be pushing my MMR as high as possible, and probably not chasing infinite anymore. And that's going to be something hard for me to kind of do and accept. But I want to enjoy this game. It's a game. And if all I care about is seeing how high I can push this rank, I'm doing the absolute opposite of having fun. I'm playing decks that I don't want to play. I'm getting, you know, stressed out and frustrated about how my matches are playing out. Look, don't think that if you get infinite or you get some really high rank that like Ben Bro's gonna come knock on your door and be like, hey, we wanna, you know, interview you, and ain't nobody coming. This rank doesn't mean anything, y'all. It doesn't mean anything. And there's a lot of toxicity that goes around these ranks, because I have seen some of the stuff that goes on with content creators that don't reach infinite and things that get said about them. And it's like, people enjoy this game differently. And I can honestly say those that don't push for this infinite rank and for these highest rank are probably the people that enjoy the game the most. I enjoyed the game the most my first season when I didn't hit infinite and I was playing all these different decks and enjoying these things, and I wasn't really too concerned with if I was losing or not, because I didn't think infinite was ever going to be a possibility for me. So I know I've rambled on, but that's my main thing, y'all. I want people to enjoy this game. I don't like seeing the comments from people talking about how it's affecting their mood or their mental health, and they're having a lot of stress from deranking in the game. I don't want to see that. I want us all to enjoy this game, have a good time, play these fun decks, right? That's what I want. That's what I want for the community. And so I hope there's some of this stuff that's in this video that can maybe put things at least in perspective for you. And like I said, don't be sweating a different colored card or one cash, or be chasing this number, because at the end of this day, this number doesn't mean anything. It's a mobile card game. Don't let the FOMO of a different colored Talon get you all bent out of shape. It's not worth it. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. So if you are one of these people that deal with the stress and anxiety of climbing the ladder, please listen and try to put into perspective the things that I've said as you climb this new season. Think about those golden talons. Think about that one cash that's gonna have a ugly pixel variant in it. Huh? Think about that when you lose those cubes. May not make you feel so bad then. All right? All right, I will catch you guys next season. Also, before I close the video, I just wanted to say thank you for all the views and likes and the nice comments that y'all have left. I read every one of them. It means a lot. I know I'm not a big streamer. I don't get this many views, right? And I do this for fun. And it's nice when I put out a video and it does pretty well. And so I just wanted to, again, say thank you. It does mean a lot to me. So if you did like this video, I appreciate the likes, the subscribe, all the things. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. But I did want to just stop and say thank you lately. This last month's been kind of crazy for me compared to how things have normally went. And yeah, it's definitely appreciated.